Hey everyone, I just got the new wave of Return of the Jedi 40th figures in from my friend in Hong Kong. I will have their Instagram linked below in case you would like to purchase these early from them. You will have to pay a little bit extra for shipping, but that's just kind of the way it goes with importing. So we did actually get an unhelmeted Darth Vader in the blue line. This was back almost 10 years ago, and it has not aged very well. This was before the face printing. And then we do get a little look at the other figures in the wave on the back of the card there, including the Endor Rebel Commando. I'll be uploading an R2-D2 review a little bit later, but this video is just going to focus on Vader and Luke. It always hurts to rip up these card backs, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get that review. I don't know. The unhelmeted piece looks really nice. It has this little plastic protector underneath it to keep the shape, and this is really beautiful. This feels almost like import quality in terms of the paint detail and just the sculpt and just like the cleanness of everything. It's a little bit flexible, but it looks great. And the same goes for the outer helmet, no complaints here. I had seen this figure at a few conventions and was a little bit on the fence about the face printing, but honestly in hand this looks so much better than I was expecting. The detail on the scars is really nice, and just overall it looks great. He comes with his damaged wrist on the figure itself, and then this pops off using a new system that I haven't seen in the Black Series before, this slightly wider peg. I had no issue getting it off and on, but when I was posing the figure a little bit later, you'll see it tends to pop off a little bit, but it's not the biggest deal. The lightsaber looks like one that we've seen many times before. It has the slightly thicker blade of the newer figures. It might be the same that's come before. I actually don't have that many Black Series Vaders to compare this to. But this one does indeed have these shoulder butterfly joints that I think are the Empire Strikes Back body, and I know that'll make a lot of people very happy to hear. I was surprised how much head articulation there was here. The head is actually a separate sculpt from the chin plate, or whatever that's called, but it does give a nice range of motion here, and you can actually get his like full chin out over the, I don't know why you would need to do that, but just showing off that these are two very separate pieces. So if you had the old Blue Line Vader, you know that the faceplate didn't really sit into place well, and you always saw like a little gap underneath the mouth of the helmet. This technically has these two little ridges that are supposed to fit into these slots in the bottom piece of the helmet. It reminds me of a lot of things in the Black Series that probably look great on a computer, but once they're made out of, thin plastic, they just don't really fit as well. I tried for a few minutes with this and I just could not get that helmet to sit flat in a way that really hid that gap. This might just be the nature of the one that I got, just very slight variations in tolerances could make a big difference for something this small, but I mean, I think the whole point of this figure is to keep it unhelmeted. Like, there are so many Vaders you can get if you want to keep him with the helmet on. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the original release of the Black Series Vader, but I do have the new SH Figuarts Return of the Jedi that was recently re-released. You can see it's kind of a world of difference here. I think the Black Series definitely wins this round. It's cool that the SH Figuarts comes with the wired cape with a little bit of a chain. It might be interesting to switch the cloaks and just remove that one from the Black Series one, but I don't want to take that off because it is embedded under the neck, and I just don't want to kind of mess with that because I kind of like keeping this one the way it is, and I like having the Figuarts one be complete because I think it looks good with the helmet on, which we'll look at in just a little bit. So here is Vader from the Kenobi series, which was based on the A New Hope body, and then just a quick articulation comparison speed round for those that are interested in that. We also have the re-release of the Return of the Jedi Figuarts that we just looked at. Here he is with the helmet, and this is the Mafex Rogue One Vader that I'm just throwing in because it's my favorite Vader. So out of these four, let me know which one in the comments below you think looks the best. Of course, again, this is really just about the unhelmeted head. While I'm opening up the Luke Skywalker figure, I would love if you guys hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the video so far. I have more reviews from this wave coming out soon, including the R2-D2. Now the pain of ripping the card open yet again, and a lot of people were worried that his little chest plate wasn't in the packaging anymore because because they changed it so it wasn't visible in the bubble anymore, but it is in the packaging behind him, just for a cleaner look on the card back. And then he has this little rubber band on him that I guess holds the chest plate in place that he comes packaged with. The lightsaber looks identical to the one that came with all of the Mandalorian Lukes that we've got recently. Of course, we'll compare this to the Mando figure in just a second, but I wanted to show you how the chest plate works. I don't have the original Black Series one for this, so I can't really compare, but it was a pretty snug fit. It has a surprising amount of pegs that keep it in place, and it's a nice sleek fit. For such a small piece of clothing that's plastic, it looks pretty flush. Comparing this one to the Mandalorian Imperial Light Cruiser Luke. Oh my god, I messed up my own name. As far as I can tell, the head sculpt is exactly the same with a difference in hair. You can see that the hair is just slightly different, and it is a little bit darker on the left. You can see how the bangs are broken up a little bit more. I do prefer the left. Quick speed round on articulation, since as far as I can tell, it's the same exact body. And as far as I can tell, the chest plate doesn't interfere with the two-handed lightsaber poses at all. It's really a fun figure to pose around. I love the little touch of the white on the chest plate there. It really makes this figure for me and makes it worth having. Here they are in that classic pose from Return of the Jedi. I don't have Vader leaning up on everything, I just have him pose this way so he can just sit up straight. So if you don't have any diorama pieces, you can totally just do that. Maybe I'll make the ramp from the Imperial shuttle for him to sit on. It makes me happy to be getting releases like this in the Black Series, even though they are very scene specific. I think this is a pretty important scene to get, especially during the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. Hit that subscribe button if you would like to see the R2-D2 review. I also have the new Darth Maul figure coming in very soon. Here are some more videos from my channel that you may enjoy. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.